The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Now, Tom O'Brien, Darrell Martin, and Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the August 23rd, fantastic Friday edition of the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour with your hosts, Darrell Martin and Steve Rhodes. Folks, we are grateful for your presence here today, and our outcome is to teach you how to set it and forget it. You know, the most important aspect of trading, well, it's called capital preservation, and that is the real beauty of the Nadex platform, because your trade, well, your trade is your stop. Your risk, that's right, your risk is your risk. It means your stops are automatic. They're automatic, folks. The market can never gap your stops out. Nadex, it is a better way to trade. Our man, Darrell Martin, he's our Nadex expert. Our call number is 877-927-6648. And we'd love to field your calls. Of course, we're going to start the day off with a beautiful thought. It goes like this. You know it. It says, live life fully while you're here. Experience everything. Take care of yourself and your friends. Have fun. Be crazy. Be weird. Go out and screw up. You're going to anyway, so you might as well enjoy the process. Take the opportunity to learn from your mistakes. Find the cause of your problems and eliminate it. That means, folks, spend 5% of your time on your problems, 95% of your time on the solutions. Maybe you spend 95% of your time on Nadex. Don't try to be perfect. Just be an extraordinary example of being a human being. If one of your mistakes, if one of them is trading, and trading is using stops on the Nadex platform, well, it's for you, because you do set it and forget it, and there is no person better to teach you how to use the Nadex platform than Darrell Martin. He can teach you how, and he does each and every day from 1 to 2 here at TFNN.com. Good morning, Darrell.
Morning. How you doing, man?
I am doing great. Thanks for asking. Getting ready for a nice, the summertime weekends are running out here.
I know. We're about to come on up. I got my daughter actually just started in school this past week. So
okay.
Her summer's already over, and
what grade is she in?
Felicity is she went into first grade.
So cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
How was that first day of school?
Oh, she loved it. She had fun.
Oh, that's great.
She had her own locker and all that other stuff, And
locker. Oh, wait, in first grade you get lockers?
Yeah, now you do. She has an iPad. Every kid gets an iPad.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh my god! Hey,
they can't take them home, but they leave them there, and they do all their instead of having books, they hop on and they do all their assignments on the iPad, and it feeds back everything, and it's pretty cool because what it does is if they have a weakness in an area, it'll keep giving them those problems until they move past it, and it'll log it for the teacher and the parents to be able to see it and everything. So it's pretty advanced. It's really cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
And if they know it, then it moves them past it, and it challenges that kid even further. So that way it's not just least common denominator education. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, really, really cool. Back in the 80s, when I started out in the computer marketplace as a computer retail in Florida, down here in Florida back in 1983, and we turned that company into the largest computer retailer in the state of Florida. We were doing about $100 million a year. We went from zero to $100 million a year in 5 years. Talk about growth out there. And we were the largest reseller of Apple, IBM, Compaq, Hewlett-Packard, Epson, the whole group out there. And in the case of Apple, the real thrust there, the real focus, the real vision of Wozniak and Jobs at the time was to infiltrate schools. They were taking a look at the longer-term picture. If they could get Apple computers, of course, it made sense because IBM at that stage was really the dominant force inside of businesses, and we were replacing dumb terminals out there with these PCs and so forth. So Apple had that vision, and they went out there and they said, we're going to dominate the schools. If people start, kids start using Apple products when they get older, that's what they're going to want to have in their possession. And so it's kind of cool to hear, not kind of, it's very cool to hear that, your daughter is using those tools inside school. Because back then, we were selling the Apple 2 and 2E and 2 Plus and what have you back there. So. In any event. But let's go take a look at these markets out here for the folks that are listening in, because Darrell and I, we could just, reminisce about the old days for a long period of time. Right now, we've got the Dow is down about 23 points. S&P is off 1. Composite is up 8. Russell 2000 down about 3 points. I guess you had to ping me that U.S. home sales had dropped about 13% or something like that. They came in a lot lower than expected.
Markets were moving down pre-market into that too. So
yeah. You got Google's off a couple bucks. Apple's down $2. $1.79. Microsoft up $2. A nice 7-point move there. Celebrate. How would you like that? How would you like to be the guy who's retiring, Steve Ballmer? And of course, I guess there's two sides of it. You've got the market that's celebrating his retirement. And in one sense, okay, from an ego standpoint, you might take that as, hey, wait a minute out here. Of course, the other side is somebody in the den was pointing out what happens here is that I think somebody said they did the value, and based on that gap up, he had made an extra $1 billion or so on that gap up. So it depends on what it depends on what his needs are, right? Each of us have 6 human needs, and so one of those needs is could be the need for certainty and significance. So if his need for significance, the question is going to be, is it monetary significance, or is it personal development significance out there? So I'm not sure how he would...
I think both are good.
Yeah, but here's the case. Both are good, but one is going to overshadow the other. So he's either bummed out, okay, that, the stock is gapped up on his... and he's not necessarily... Because, I don't think
nothing like missing out on the $1 billion move, yeah.
Yeah, how many billions does he have? So you never know. But I can guarantee you, he's feeling good about one thing and bad about the other. Well, I can't guarantee that, but it feels like most normal human beings out there. In any event, let's go surfing around, taking a look at trades now, potential trades that we could put in on the Nadex platform. So if it was I out here looking for a trade, I actually would be looking for the long side of the ES Mini on that push down.
Yeah, they wiped it out. It's probably turning, so I'd be with you on that.
Okay. So it was pushing down right into an area of support for me, which is the 1653 range. So again, what's great about Nadex, what's really great about trading, is you can take a look at both sides of the trades. And folks, that's what I really love to be able to do with Darrell. Now, Darrell is the pro at looking at both sides of the trades, especially on news days out there, news event days out here. He's got cool techniques to be able to do that. But if I were looking for a trade here right now, my floor, if you will, would be in that 1653-ish range. And as far as a move today to the upside, I would. Well, you got to tell me what's out there, but I would probably be looking at as much as a move to about we'll call it at least 1670. I would say 1665, 1670 is really the range out there that I would be looking at on the long side. Likewise, if it breaks the 1653 level, I would be looking for a move potentially all the way down to the 1641. So that would kind of be the target range that I would be looking at. And so can you kind of take it away from here with regard to showing folks, if those were the parameters that we were looking for, how you would utilize the Nadex platform to identify both of those trades for us?
Okay, so on the buy side, we're at right now, we're right around 1655. And you see that moving. Let's get our target price. Let's go over that one more time.
I would say, 1665, I would think would be an area that I would be taking a look at. 1670,
okay.
So somewhere in that range.
All right. So if we're going to go on the long side, there's a lot of ways, obviously, to put these things together. Now, the next thing that you're going to be thinking about is speed. Okay.
Yes.
So how long do you see it taking to get there?
I would see it going into the close. The reason is that I would say that is if my assumption here is correct and the 1653 area holds as support, if price starts to move up, what we should see coming into the close would be a small little short covering rally. Some of the shorts should then be saying to themselves, after yesterday's move, after seeing the market hold up today, some of those shorts coming into the close are going to be saying, you know what? I'm going to close out, because you could be short in this market here from, if you were short from the August 2nd area, you're up at around the price of $1,700. So you just start to say, you know what, I think I'll just go ahead and, so that's why I would say today's action, in order to get up to those levels, I would take a look at a little bit of short covering coming in. Now, depending on, quite frankly, what's going on in the market, I may actually be selling the other side of that. So I know,
okay.
I have a feeling for what the shorts are going to be doing, and of course, I've got certain price targets where that I actually want to go ahead and take a short position in the market.
Okay, so on the long side, what I would actually do based on your strategy, because what you want to do when you're trading Nadex is go, what is my analysis? What is my expectation? It's not just I want to buy, so I'm just going to randomly buy one.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people make that mistake because based on what you expect to happen and the time frame you expect to happen in, you can really pick the option that's best going to let you take advantage of that opportunity with the least amount of risk.
Yes,
okay?
And that's what it's really all about.
Exactly. So you're expecting the market to move to like 1665.
Yeah, it could do that. I could see that. Right.
Okay. So with that expectation, I'm not going to be as, I guess you could say, nitpicky on break-even distance. Okay? Like from where the market is now to where it has to move to for me to be at break-even.
Okay.
Okay?
And you're eliminating that for what reason?
Okay, well, let's say break-even distance, let's say it's like 3 or 4 ticks, which really would even be half a point on the a point on the S&P, because they tick in 0.1, all right? So versus 0.25 like the ES.
Right.
So if I'm trend trading, I'm getting in, getting out, that type thing, I'm going to be more concerned about that. Okay, so if I expect to get in and hop out 3 points later,
yes,
then obviously something that has like maybe a 3-point break-even distance, that's not a good trade for me.
Right.
Because I'll be at break-even by the time it actually gets to where I expect it to go to. If I think, hey, it can move up to 1665, about a 10-point move from where it's at now, and I want to have all the way to the end of the day with the least amount of risk so I don't have to worry about it, if that's my expectation, then I can go in and there's a spread right now that expires at 4:15, and it's the 1655 to 1685 spread. Okay?
Yep.
I can buy it for 1657.7, which is a couple points above where the market is right now.
Yes.
Now, that means that it's going to have to move basically a couple points before that spread is going to make back the risk. But my risk is only at $30 on the trade.
Okay.
So I can put this trade on. As soon as it's on, I can set in a take profit. By the way, I'm only putting up $30 to place the trade. So if I want to do 10 of them, it's $300. If I want to do 5 of them, which would be like an ES contract, and make every point worth $50. Because the summary for the new listeners out there is it ticks, or the minimum move is 0.1, and every minimum move, 0.1 is worth $1. Mm-hmm. So if it move, you got 10 dimes and $1, so 1 point is $10, and if you take 5 of them, then that's $50, like an S&P E-mini future.
Mm-hmm.
So if I did 5 of them, I'm looking at a little less than $150 of risk right now, which would be like a 3-point stop loss.
Yes.
Which is about what you probably have on the trade if you did it anyway right now in an actual future contract.
Right.
So by putting that in,
folks, stay tuned. Stay tuned through this break here. Stay tuned through this break here with Darrell and I, folks. We're going to come back. We're going to take a look at both sides of being able to put on the trade inside the ES Mini. Right now, we've got the Dow is off about 11 points. Be right back, folks.
Andy Hecht, the host of the Commodities Hour, recently launched his newsletter service, the Technomental Commodity Report, and only 6 weeks in, Andy has already recorded a triple-digit winner. Andy advised his subscribers to purchase a long-term call option at 46 cents on July 11th, and then sent out a special update Friday, August 16th, advising his subscribers to close that position at $1.40. That's a 204% profit in just 5 weeks. The Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht is released each Thursday morning, and right now you can get a month-long free trial to this subscription while locking in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. Andy Hecht has been a commodities trader for over 3 decades. Let his experience work for you. Sign up for your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today at TFNN.com.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour with your hosts Darrell Martin and Steve Rhodes. Right now, Dow's off 23, S&P down 1, NASDAQ Composite up 7.5 out there. Goldilocks popping to the upside here. It's up $19 and change right now, about 1.5% to the upside, trading at $13.90. Silver popping as well, up 2%, trading at $23.50. So, it's doing what it should have done, doing what it should be doing. It really coiling and popping. Those last 5 trading sessions or so, small-bodied candles, not being able to push lower, just an indication that it wanted to try to pop it to the upside. We'll see if it can hold these prices here, moving to the upside. We do have the euro, which is also trying to move to the upside as well. If we take a look at the daily chart inside the euro, it's trading out right now 133.89, so Super Mario is out there. Somebody's buying the euros here. Looks like it's gonna try to take on that resistance level again of the swing point high from June 19th, 1.3415 out there. And so the dollar here would get weaker. Maybe we see that put a little bit of strength into gold. But it was really not the correlation of the U.S. dollar index that I was taking a look at inside gold. Just really the candles and what they have been communicating to us. Darrell and I, we're going to go back now and take a look at the ES Mini. We're taking a look at really two sides of the trade, something that is that I suggest that you do inside while you're trading Nadex. Always good. Well, you should be doing it anyways, no matter what you trade, no matter what your belief is about what the market is going to do, and you trade your beliefs, but you should always take a look at the other side of the belief as well, at least in my opinion. So we were trying to identify, gave Darrell some ranges to look at, and I switched away, so I don't remember what those ranges were, but Darrell's got them written down. And so he's going through the Nadex platform to identify where the best trade possibilities to both sides. So, Darrell, go ahead and pick it up from here.
All right, so what we got is, first you were targeting 1665.
Yes.
Over on the S&P E-mini 500. And so we went in, and what we picked was the 1655 to 16... let's see, where's it out there? I got it. Actually,
1680 maybe or something.
1685, yeah. So a ton of profit potential and very, very low risk. We got that actually on for basically about $27 risk per contract. So we actually got in that trade for less than $150.
Okay.
Total risk on the trade, which would be like if you went in and trade the S&P and you had a 3-point stop loss, except for we don't have a stop loss. So we are, or you could say we don't have a stop trade, right? Because our loss will stop at 150, but our trade will keep going. It'll live on.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the nice thing about setting it and forgetting it. I mean, your stop is there. You don't have to worry about the market moves against you on that trade. You're not any more than what you risked. Exactly.
So, I mean, we can go over here. I mean, we're talking about now. We don't expect it to go all the way up to 1685, but we don't. So we got to take the other. We know we have to do a little bit of account management here because, of course, it's Friday afternoon and we want to go out and play golf. So we want to make sure that we manage a trade. Exactly. So the nice thing is we don't have to worry about managing the risk on the trade because that's already taken care of for us.
Yes.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to manage the profit on the trade. We have a target of about 1665.
Yes.
Which on the deviation levels is actually right at the 0.7 deviation.
Okay.
So I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to hit, this is inside the spread scanner that we have with the diagnostic trading spread scanner.
Yep.
And it actually feeds in your positions on here. I'm going to click this button right here and it'll open the ticket for me automatically. Okay?
That's cool. That's a great feature.
Once it does that, I can now go in and say, I want to get out at 1665. I'll hit place order. Now my order, it'll feed back through. There it goes. It comes from the platform right back into the scanner for me. And now it'll actually be working that order for me, so I don't even have to worry about it. So we got the upside now covered. Now
what is it that we did? Is there anything what are we missing here on this trade? What would we be missing?
Nothing. There's nothing left on this trade to do. Now, if we just want to cover the downside, there might be something else to do.
Okay, which we do, because I like to take a look at the other side of the trade. So my opinion is that if the ES Mini on a 30-minute chart, if I were to see a close below, I'd call it 1651. Yeah, let's say a close below 1651, then the same tools that I use to determine the long side of the trade would be failing, and that would say to me that the ES Mini would probably move down towards the 1640 level. If we take a look at just retracements, we'll measure those just simply from the low. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong tool out there. Let's grab the right tool here. If we take a look at just see what the retracements are from the low coming in at 8:30 in the evening a couple evenings ago to the high here this morning at 9:30, the 0.68 retracement was 1642. So I would say my downside target that I would use, Darrell, probably 1642.
All right, cool. We'll look at that when we get back.
Perfect. 877-927-6648. If you'd like to give us a call, we would love to hear from you. Be right back, folks.
With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter, Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour with your hosts, Darrell Martin and Steve Rhodes. Dow's off 4 points. S&P is flat. NASDAQ up 10 points. Russell 2000 down 2. New York Stock Exchange, on the other hand, is up leading the charge here. No, the NASDAQ Composite, that's leading the charge. NASDAQ 100 just behind that. And then you've got the New York Stock Exchange. Let me take a quick peek in on that. Advancing issues, 167 out there. The VIX Index, let's see, that is trading out at 1466. So that's well above the 50-day exponential moving average. So what we're really seeing unfold here, folks, is we're seeing the B to a C. At this stage, we're seeing the B to a C of an A to B equals CD that is trying to form out here. And I would sure like it to move a bit higher, and quite a bit higher, maybe about 15 points higher, and that would be something that you would want to sell into, in my opinion. Let's go back out to Darrell. We're taking now a look at the short side, the potential short side. We've got the long side of the ES Mini trade out there. We had price move into our support level. A support level that I was using for this trade, have been using, I'm in the trade long, is the 1653 area, and my actual stop is placed below that 200 period exponential moving average, which right now is at the 1651-ish level, 1651.50 to be exact. Right now, you've got the ES Mini trading at 1656. I'm looking for an upside target of around 1665. Now, that's the upside. But I always like to look at both sides of the trade out here. I think when you look at both sides of the trade, you become more objective of, just wipe the screen clear and figure out, okay, what's the short side of the trade if it fails out here? Because you can learn as much you learn more from failure in life. Don't you think you learn more from failure in life, Darrell, than you do from success? I love success, but we learn more from failure, don't you think?
Pain motivates, and failure teaches in a harsh way.
Usually good lessons out there. Look, the folks that don't use stops, which we've all done before. I don't know if we've all done it. I will raise both my hands and say I have done it before, and they were the worst lessons that I ever learned. Well, the best lessons. They were the most painful lessons, I should say, not the worst lessons. It was the best lesson that I ever learned. Oh, yeah, it sticks. Now, that's the real beauty of Nadex, because we went ahead and we placed a trade. We knew what our risk was. I think you said it was like $27 to $30. We set it, we forget it, we took care of the maintenance of the trade by the upside, take a look where we would like to go ahead and exit, and we can go out. As well, we can take a look at the short side of the trade. And so for me, the short side of the trade would be the ES Mini getting below the 1651 level, and then we're looking at a target of about 1642 on that side of the trade. So if we were looking at that right now, go through the scanner, go through everything that you've got to show folks just how easy it is. And so having the numbers out ahead of time makes it that much easier. And that's what you should be doing when you're taking a look at any trade anyways, is understand, where your targets are. Whether you're using, Darrell's got a great system, analyzer for being able to use those targets by just simply taking a look at the deviation levels, the implied deviation levels. That's a real beautiful, if you're a math person, that's where it's at.
Well, and you don't even have to be a math person. Because
I kind of meant if you're just kind of like, if you're numbers oriented, you don't have to do the calculations, but if you're numbers oriented, it's something that becomes kind of easy to grasp, I suppose.
Yeah, what I like about the deviation levels is I can go over here and I actually I don't have to do any math. I don't have to really do any analysis. It's black and white. I don't have to draw anything on my chart. I don't have to, figure out a fib level, none of that. I mean, it's just, there it is. And, we lined up, the levels you did with the analysis. We got 1665. The other price you're looking at was right there around 1640 or so, right?
Yeah, 1642. So I see I got a 0.7 standard or implied deviation on both sides of the trade. Really, that's my bracket, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. So you nailed the bracket right there. So what we do is we go in and we put those two pieces together, and what you've done now is you've made a straddle. Because on the downside, we have a 1625 to 1655 spread. And because we're winning all the way to 415, and we're doing a straddle. We're wanting to basically get in cheap as possible right now.
Yep.
To allow us to have the potential to make a decent amount of money if it moves up or down, about 7-8 points.
Yes.
On either side.
That's right. Yeah. So I'm not looking for a flat day one way or the other.
Exactly. So we go right over here. Talk about not flat, man. Oil is going nuts. Watching it on my other screen over here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But anyway, so we got US 500, 1625 to 1655, short that, and then it has about a little less than a $20 risk on the trade. So I've actually put both of those on right now. We already have the long one is already profitable. So we bought the 1655, and this is a P&L graph on the scanner. Okay. So basically it's showing you as the market rises how much it can, make potentially. Yes. And then this shows as the market falls how much it can make potentially. Of course, in the losing area on a straddle is in the middle.
Right.
Okay. So we have about
our total. Yeah.
Yeah. So
our risk on that was how much?
Our total risk on it is about $50 a contract. A little less than $50 a contract. So if we did $25 long, $25 short type thing. So if we did 5 of them, we'd have like $250 risk. Now, if it moves up 8 points, we're going to make $400, and we'll lose, say, $100 on the other side.
Got it. Okay.
So we're still clearing about $300 on the trade. And we can go in and we can take profits in on both sides. So on the short side, we need to go in on that side. We need to put in a take profit order to buy back.
Right.
So we want to buy back right around 1643.
Yeah, I'd use your 0.7 standard deviation that you came up with, or implied deviation level.
Right. So go right in on that, and then we go in on the other side, and we'd have to make sure, I just canceled out so we could do the example.
Yeah.
And we're going to sell out on this one. again over at 1665. And then we just place our order right there. And now we have the orders working on both sides, and now we can go and play golf.
Hey.
So the order's done. Let the market work itself out. There's really not much you can do with this trade until then. Unless you just decide eventually that it's not going anywhere, I just want to get out.
Right.
But I mean, we could easily have some end-of-day Friday volatility. We had some crazy stuff, yesterday with the Nasdaq shutting down for half the day, middle of the day. And I mean, you just never know how the week's gonna roll out at the end.
Yeah, for an event like that, I guess the only thing I'll say is, thank goodness there wasn't anything really crazy that seemed to occur. Everything seemed to be somewhat orderly.
Well, imagine if that would have happened the day before when the Fed minutes came out while it was closed.
Yeah, no question there. And the what if scenario could be a lot of real bad what ifs, and so they've got to be able to figure that out. No question about that.
They handled it it wasn't fun, but it was like probably the best close open. They handled it well as far as.
Yeah,
we didn't see the market
any
explode afterwards. I was a little disappointed, honestly, because I was sort of planning on an explosion afterwards.
Okay. Well, I think you, like everybody else, wanted to be near their computer right as the market was opening to say, okay, what's going on here? So for me, I haven't heard any stories of real damage. I'm sure they're out there, what have you, but it seems like everything was okay, and that's really, when you witness or maybe you participate in a bad accident or something, if everybody can walk away and there was just nothing more than some damaged metal, then life is good.
Where they eliminated all orders, entries, everything, so that way people who had just got in and then it just shut down.
Yes,
they eliminated a lot of that stuff. But I mean, it really shouldn't have made a major impact on anybody, considering it didn't really move a lot afterwards.
Yes,
either.
Yeah,
but speaking of moving, the oil. Have you seen this?
Yeah. So we'll go over. We'll take a look at the oil. Got the commodities. All the commodities here are moving.
We almost went a one deviation in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, I see that. Now, when I was taking a look at potential trades, Darrell and I were just real quickly in between the shows, just pinging, looking for trade setups or what have you. And on the oil side of it was, I was just looking at a quick 10-minute chart, and as it was pushing down into that time frame of 9:10 this morning, it got down to 104.45. So on the 10-minute chart, for me, it was coming down into a sold level, pushed a little bit lower as we were coming on the air at 10:10, and had higher relative strength. So for me, on the shorter term chart, that was looking like for me to take a long trade. Of course, we weren't looking at that trade, but that's how I would have viewed it,
folks. I actually pinged you. I was like, I was actually just short the indices and I short oil, but I just closed them out. I told you that. We were doing the same thing. I was like, I just closed out all my shorts.
Yeah, so. And part of that reason, folks, is because when I'm taking a look at the larger picture in oil, what oil has been doing, in my opinion, what oil's been doing since July 8th has been traveling in a sideways consolidation range from a 7-point consolidation base, 6.5, 7 points from 103 to 109. In that area. And so as oil was pushing down here this morning, was pushing down into that area, didn't get down to 103, but that's why I just simply went to the 10-minute chart just to look for some quick potential trades for us. But since I have already mapped out both sides of the trades on the ES, it was just that much easier just to go to that. So let's go. We got a caller on the line. Let's go to Rob in Orlando. Rob, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you this morning?
Thank you for taking my call.
Hey, our pleasure.
I'm just wondering, what's behind the spike in gold? Like 19-something up?
Yeah,
it's up 20.
Yeah,
it's up 23 points. For me, there's what's behind it is, technically speaking, when I take a look at gold, it has a confirmed A to B equals CD up already. So confirm that A to B equals CD up on August the 15th out there. And that projected pattern is 1441. That would be the 1-to-1. But, Rob, I think that gold will move to 1487. Now, it's going to run into some resistance here, I believe, at the 200-day exponential moving average, which is right now priced at 1461. But it is just completing, in my opinion, its pattern out here. Technically, fundamentally, I don't know. I think somebody was listening to TFNN because prior to gold moving, I said, look, folks, just, if you take a look at these small-bodied candles here, at first, what it tells you, the first couple that it will be communicating to you is that the market is tired. And that's, so it was resting here for a few days. In fact, 5 days to be specific. And, but it's resting at the highs, couldn't bust it down. Basel's 9-period exponential moving average, in my case here, what we're looking at is an 8-day, but they're really one and the same. That had been holding as support, and we had a confirmed A to B equals CD up. So, in my opinion, Rob, it's doing what it should be doing. But from a trading standpoint or what have you, how are you looking at it? How can we help you? How can we assist you there? What are you looking at?
Well, and then the one other piece is Monday morning quarterback, because that's all fundamental news usually is anyway. Basically, there's a bunch of rumors floating that the Fed is basically putting in an inflation floor right now, and that's killing the dollar. And that's spreading across commodities. That's why oil surged. That's why gold surged. All that, but you don't know that until after the fact. Technicals and everything else that you go through. That's what actually lets you trade on. When you go back and look at all the news, that's what you go. Oh, that's why. Yeah. All those orders went where they went. But anyway. Side note.
Yeah. So Rob, from a gold standpoint, or what have you, are you in a gold trade or looking to get in or?
I thought it was going to be retracing to, was it 13 or 1280 or something, but it doesn't look like it right now, but I'll take it.
Okay, so you're in a gold trade
long.
Right now.
I'm long, yeah.
Yeah, I would be. I think here's how I would be playing it. Like I do on any trade, is I just simply adjust my stops. So just because technically, as we take a look at a picture, it's behaving the way that it does. What I know more than anything else is at any point in time, the pattern can change. So I think you should adjust your stops. Which as far as being long gold, is it one of the ETFs like GLD or IAU or is it a
I get the gold report from Tom. So AG, it's one of them.
Okay. So you're some of the gold equities, which is even better, because you got some of those gold equities that have just really had some very nice moves out there. So I think you just, follow the gold report. There's nobody better than Tom out there from a gold report standpoint. And because, the gold miners are going to tip, as gold is going up, you should be looking at the gold miners today, those that are popping, because those that aren't, have got some problems.
Alrighty.
Hey, thanks so much for calling, Rob.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's go to Victor in New Jersey. Victor, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today? Victor dropped. Okay, no problem. So, we're taking a look at that oil trade out there. Anything, news related, Darrell, you've got an incredible system in being able to utilize an Nadex platform, because you were talking about, the news was a fundamental. The news happens and then it explains what you were looking at technically. So what I'd like to do when we come back from the break, do you have a calendar of all the news events that would be coming out next week that you would be taking a look at playing?
Oh, yeah. I draw out the entire week. That's part of my battle plan every week.
Yep. That's perfect. So, folks, when we get back from the break, we'll go back, visit out with Darrell. We'll take a look at news events and then how you could utilize the Nadex platform for actually trading that news event. 877-927-6648. Pretty flat market out here with the exception of Goldilocks, silver, and oil. We'll be right back, folks.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve, yet you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks, to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. And, folks, if you haven't had a chance to test drive the platform, please go to the homepage of TFNN.com. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see the banner. Click on that. You'll have Ben Bernanke, courtesy of Uncle Ben. He puts $25,000 in your account to trade with. And then all you got to do is just tune in to Darrell each day, Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. He will teach you how to utilize the Nadex platform. Incredible set of tools that you want to use out there. So please do yourself a favor, go do that. Going back to our caller, he mentioned that he was in AG, was the ticker symbol there, Darrell. That is First Majestic Silver Corp out there, and that has a confirmed A to B equals CD up to 1648. So the target there in First Majestic is 1648 to 1787, I would say, is where that thing would head to. Of course, what's really nice about that equity specifically is a high volume high out there on September 21st. It's up at the 20 $24 area, and it's got a confirmed A to B equals CD up into that first area that we looked at, that 1650-ish range. Now, what I want to do, folks, is each week there's all kinds of news events that are out there, and one of the cool things about the Nadex platform, you watch Darrell and I take a look at two sides of a trade, what you should do in anything, and every time there's a news event that's coming out, Darrell is also taking a look at both sides of the trade. So, Darrell, help fill us in on some of the news events and the things that you would be taking a look at, because you know all these ahead of time. These are news events, news releases, things that folks that you can plan on. And so why don't you walk folks through, in the next couple of minutes here, what is it you're going to be taking a look at for next week, and a way for them to, reason for them to go over, sign up for the Nadex platform, and then follow along with you on those trades.
There's a lot of different calendars. You go to investing.com, you can go to forexfactory.com, you can get to a big variety of websites that have all the economic releases. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons I love trading the economic releases is because they are planned. You know when they're going to happen. And I have found that Forex moves a lot better than indices on a consistent and distance basis than really anything else. Okay. So I've tried the commodities, I've tried the indices, I've tried the FX. The FX is able to get more stable, consistent stats. Okay?
Yep.
So it helps to know what's the right product to trade.
Yeah, for sure.
Event. And the great thing about this is what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and what it's going to affect. Therefore, you don't have to trade for 6 hours. You can sit down, you can put your trade on, announcement comes out, trade's done, you move on. And so it's really good for people with really tight schedules, or just as something that during the day you're trading.
Yes.
And a lot of people go, well, I don't really trade the news. And whenever I go diagnostic trading, that's the name of my show, Diagnostic Trading Hour, and that's looking at the statistics, the technicals, the seasonals, but also the fundamentals. And even if you're not a news trader, it is really important that you be aware of the news, just to know when the bus is coming, so that way you look both ways before you cross the street.
Absolutely, no question about it. You got to be aware of it.
I can't even tell you how many times I've had people ask me, what moved oil today, like on Wednesday, right after the oil inventory report. And I'm like, why are you trading oil if you don't know that there's an oil inventory report,
Yes, yes.
It's very dangerous, so you just need to know when those news events are coming out. And it doesn't mean that you're going to trade the event. It just means you're aware of that. I mean, it's knowledge given to you in advance. So be aware that it's coming. And, but even if you're not doing that, especially if you're trading FX, because like I said, they do move consistently, what I do is I go in and I go, how can I take advantage of this knowledge I have that this event's going to come out?
Well, that's beautiful. We're going to leave it right there, folks. In order to find out how to take advantage of that knowledge, tune in to Darrell today from 1 to 2 o'clock. Do yourself a favor. How's that for baiting them out there, Darrell? Hey, Darrell, have a great weekend, okay? And I look forward to listening to your show from 1 o'clock. Have a great weekend, folks. Look forward to seeing you Monday. Take care now.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.